Hey everyone, this is Alex or PolymomoTea, and today I have a video showing you how to make this magical star wand out of resin and polymer clay. And I'm using materials I got from my Sophie and Toffee Elvis box, and there's a full opening at the end of the video. So I'm measuring out my resin, and this is a 3:1 ratio resin mix, and it takes about 24 hours to fully cure, and it doesn't actually become tacky until at least like 15-18 hours. So that was pretty interesting. So I'm adding resin to a sphere mold I got in my box, and I'm filling it up all the way. I'm giving a drop of blue resin pigment, and I'm also adding glitter into the mold. And I'm stirring the resin mixture with a stick. And I'm filling up another sphere mold, but I'm gonna make it reddish pink. Now in the box they sent us a couple of test tubes, so I'm actually going to place it into one of the sphere molds with the resin in it. So when it cures, it'll have a nice handle at the bottom, and I'm scraping off the excess that leaked out. And I'm filling up the test tube with resin. And I'm adding some pink stones and a bunch of other colorful things that came in the box, and I'm just layering on one color after another. And after 24 hours, the resin will be set, and I'm taking it out of the mold. And as you can see, the test tube with the little ball on the bottom came out perfectly fine, and it's attached very firmly. And this will be the handle of the wand. And I'm demolding the other sphere that I made, and that'll be the top part of the wand. So on the blue sphere, I'm adding some resin to the bottom, and I'm adding a gold gear. And on top of the gold gear, I'm adding some more resin, and I'm going to stick that onto the top of my test tube. So to make the star part of the mold, I'm taking some scrap clay and rolling into a ball and flattening it slightly, and I'm pinching it into 5 pinches, and using that, I'm going to shape those into the corners of the star. And once the star is complete, I'm going to make an indent of the blue sphere towards the bottom of the star. And before we bake the star, I'm going to give it a nice coat of gold Pearl X powder. And once done, you want to bake it according to instructions. And it should look like this. To seal the Pearl X powder, I'm giving a nice layer of glaze, and I'm just using UV resin as my glaze. Once completely glossy, I'm adding super glue into the indented part of the star, and I'm adding it to the blue sphere. And it should look like this. Now I'm adding some resin onto the star, and I'm going to give it some nice gold accented pieces. And here is a little fairy on a moon that came in the Sophie and Toffee box. And I'm also adding some more resin and giving it some nice gemstone details that also were included in the box. And I decided to add a little accent on the little blue sphere as well. And the star still felt a little empty, so I added a little crown in one of the corners of the star. And I attached a little gemstone onto the loop just to cover that little detail up. So the box came with all these feather molds, so I filled one of the circular curvy ones with some resin, and I decided to color it with some pink dyes and some Pearl X powder. And once cured, I popped it out of the mold. And I decided to make a blue one as well, just to complement my blue and red theme. So using scissors, I cut off the stick part of the feather, as well as the little loop on top. And I'm adding some resin onto the wand part and the star part. And I'm using that as a glue to stick on my feathers onto my wand. And once the second feather is completed, you want to just wait for the resin to cure, and you should have your completed magical star wand. And you know, the one thing I do regret is that I didn't add any kind of accent or metal like details onto the feathers, which I really wish I did. But I'm quite content with how this wand came out. I really like the gradient of the red to pink to purple to blue to the star, and I really like how the metal details do show off like in contrast to the star. And this is a really fun video. If you guys got the Sophie and Toffee box, you don't have to make an angel potions, which was the original project. You can make a nice angel wand instead. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this is the rest of the opening video for my Sophie and Toffee box, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.